Buon pomeriggio a tutti e benvenuti alla quinta intervista di Andrà tutto bene. L'ospite di oggi si chiama Tania Keller. Ciao Tania,
Ciao, buongiorno.
emozionata?
Un po',
Preoccupata?
un po', sì.
Stai tranquilla, andrà tutto bene. Bene, direi di passare all'inglese perché so che ti senti di più a tuo agio e
Grazie.
cominciare l'intervista con una domanda facile. What is your job title in Asseco?
My job title is Director Digital and Transformation.
Okay. First question about this big situation of COVID. How did you experience the last period? And what did you miss the most during quarantine?
Well, what I missed most was to see my daughter being able to play joyfully with friends. So basically, what I miss most is socializing and seeing children interact freely
I
in
can imagine.
playgrounds. Yeah.
Mhm. Is there anything you won't take for granted anymore?
Yeah, well, that's exactly the the possibility to socialize without being forced to worry, is the other person maybe infected, or is there any risk for my parents or for my family? So I think this would take a lot of time until we can be really relaxed and trustworthy
Yeah,
again.
for sure. While preparing the interview, I found out that you work also as freelancer and you are executive coach and consultant too. In concrete, how can you help managers and employees of an organization?
Well, it really depends. So as a coach, I work out a goal that my client would like to achieve. And in the case of executive managers, this is often asking challenging questions. So I often say I'm licensed to ask dumb questions, but in the end, there is no single dumb questions. It's the answers that make the difference. And in the case of colleagues or employees, it's often about career opportunities or work-life balance topics, family, work. Yeah.
Okay. In your opinion, what quality or attitude should a manager have in order to allow the company to face the restart in the best way?
But while keeping in mind that it's a high risk and crisis for turnover and survival of companies, it's the people that drive the business and make the success of an enterprise or a company. So the best way to support now the restart is, in my opinion, to be tolerant and flexible, and at the same time to support commitment. Only if everyone is committed and willing to make sacrifices, then we will restart in a good way. And in my experience, this does exist. So in my world, everyone wants their own company to survive and to restart. So the motivation, intrinsic one, is there. And a manager or a leader should help and encourage this.
Okay. I read you were head of an initiative for the survey of regional work-life balance situations in sub-organizations. I'm curious, what did you find out?
Well, there was one situation that opened my eyes. We had this task so that every location, there were many locations all over the world, should come up with an initiative to enforce motivation and spirit among the people. And in Canada, they came up with the idea that we should have a T-shirt Friday where everyone should wear the same colored T-shirts. And
Ah,
for the typical cliche German, that's kind of absurd. So the Canadians were all like, let's do it, yay, good spirit. And the Germans were taken aback. What? Are you nuts? So what I found out is that it really depends on the culture and on the way people socialize and interact with each other. In every country, an energizing initiative can look different.
Mm-hmm. How much important is achieving this balance for our well-being?
Without this balance, you will invest more energy than you gain out of what you're doing. So you will run out of energy eventually. You will get sick. So this balance is really key for our life, for surviving. And if you don't manage to keep the balance, as I said, you will get sick. So it's everything.
Okay. Also taking into consideration what's said before and your condition of mother, what do you think about smart working?
In many ways, it's a support and a relief. To give an example, I have a 30 minutes drive to the office, so it's 1 hour each day. If I have a traffic jam, it's even more. And although I think it's necessary to meet and to network and to meet in person, sometimes it can be a relief to just have this 1 hour more to work and focus on topics, or maybe to just have some time for myself without anyone to relax.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a big support, and if we manage to keep a healthy balance, working from home and meeting colleagues in person, then it's a great new thing.
Last question, how do you say in your mother tongue or dialect, everything will be fine?
Alles wird gut.
Alles wird gut. So, siamo giunti al termine della nostra intervista. Tania, ti ringrazio per il tempo che ci hai dedicato, anche per gli spunti di riflessione che ci hai fornito. Ringrazio anche tutti gli ascoltatori a cui ricordo di non perdere la puntata di Pillole di progetto di domani. Noi ci rivediamo martedì prossimo con un altro super ospite e basta, è tutto. Buona serata a tutti. Ciao!
Ciao!